Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, the next phase of my career has begun. My next chapter in the crypto space has commenced. And I'm going to be sharing something very special with every single one of you. Just a couple weeks ago, last month in late March, I had the privilege of being able to have my first public speech at the XRP Gold Coast Conference. And I have to thank Crypto Eddie and the Wave of Innovation team for allowing me the opportunity to speak. And yes, guys, here, the individual you see on the screen is me in a full blacked out mask, being able to present in front of every single one of you. And I think this photo right here is my favorite because it emphasizes how much I love wearing glasses inside. We have BC backer, Crypto Eddie, Dirk from Expector, and many others that I was blessed to be able to take photos with. Even John Deaton was in attendance, sharing numerous speeches. But the reason why this opportunity was so important to me is because I got to describe with every single person in attendance what I believed was what we really need to put into account, into perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave a speech discussing what I really believe the new 1% should be. And in this speech, I have this photo in the background called The Vulture and the Girl. It's a photo that is the most impactful photo in my life. And for those of you that don't know, I am a travel photographer, and it is something I am very, very passionate about. And what I'm about to present to all of you today was the first couple minutes of my entire speech, because I want to help motivate the entire XRP community into becoming the new 1% and changing their perspectives on what we need to do once we make our generational wealth. But now, before I play this speech, I also have to give a brief explanation. I know that to a lot of you, the fact that I've remained anonymous for over 4 years now, as I've said aggressively average on my channel every single day, may turn some of you off. And quite frankly, there are a lot of people that use incorrect language when trying to figure out why I like remaining anonymous. Bull, what are you so afraid of? Is a common question I'm asked. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not operate under the wavelength of fear, and I fear nothing but God himself. The reason I'm choosing to have the next stage of my crypto career online with a mask on is because I believe you all need a visual. People need something to look at. A man behind the voice that you've been listening to for years. And I also find it interesting that over the past 4 years, people were told to wear masks because seemingly there were a lot of individuals that were having trouble handling air. But here, when you see someone doing it intentionally for a reason, it seems to be a problem to some people. Isn't that so interesting? The hypocrisy is unbelievable. If the government would have told you to do it, you'd do it without hesitation. But it seems like when I do it, it's a problem. Oh, how interesting. But quite frankly, I don't want fame. I don't want attention. I want to be able to operate in the real world, in my physical reality, without being approached by random strangers. Because quite frankly, for the 99% of you that would approach me in a quality way, in a respectful way, and are genuine fans, there are the 1% of people that fuck it up for everyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that I've done my best to conduct myself as ethically as possible in the crypto market, I have made some calls that have been wrong. And because of that, there are some people that do not like me. I do this so I can operate on the internet and give my 2 cents on the world and what I believe is the true way to have freedom of speech. In my first interview with Deborah Farber from Hedera, she stated that with anonymity comes true freedom of speech, and I absolutely agree. I believe in freedom of speech so much that I need to be able to move in this way. And for some of you, that's a deal breaker. But for others, with the eyes to see and the ears to hear and understanding of why I want to do the things I do and the way I do them, I pray this message hits home, because all I'm trying to do is help motivate the next generation of people into changing the world from how it used to be into what it could be. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to motivate the masses in a world where people are chasing fame and trying to become viral influencers for attention and their own self-motives. I'm just giving every single one of you my true, authentic self. And trust me when I say I believe in every single thing that I say when I say it. I'm just trying to lead by example and help pave a way that may not have been done before, but may inspire people even greater than myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate every single one of you. And I pray that this message hits home.
But today, he's bringing it. Bringing it. Right, Bull?
Get off the stage.
Okay.
I have notes because I'm gonna make mistakes. But I was told that if I do this, something would occur. Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy!
Oi, oi, oi!
I was expecting a kangaroo talk here, but it didn't. But this should be very fun. This should be very fun. Now, my name is the Bearable Bull. I was actually born and raised in Harlem, New York. For those of you that don't know, I actually studied civil engineering at Syracuse University until one semester I was taking matrix algebra and differential equations, physics 2, statics, all in the same semester, and I said, fuck this. Because at the same time, one of my best friends was taking lesbian dance theory, and he was getting a 4.0 and I had a 1.2, so. But then I was able to change my majors to economics and political science because it allowed my mind the freedom to be able to do kind of what I'm doing today. So that is a little bit of my background. And outside of crypto, I'm actually a travel photographer. And something that I'm about to show you is actually the most important and impactful photo that I've ever seen. This is a picture that was taken in Sub-Saharan Africa, and what you see is a little girl traveling to try and find water in a village, and that vulture that you see is constantly following and surrounding her because she is near death because of the terrible conditions that were present at the time. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this was actually a presentation, or this photo was shown in a speech made by Tim Tebow, an American football player. And he presented this specific photo in a speech about significance. And this is now my opportunity to extrapolate further. This photo to me is very impactful because the photographer that took this photo actually won the Pulitzer Prize for it. And the Pulitzer Prize is the highest level of journalistic achievement in the world. In 1994, he won the Pulitzer Prize. And then 4 months later, he took his own life. The irony of this is that this human-made achievement is supposed to be one of the highest honors that we're supposed to experience in this physical world. But it just goes to show that these real world achievements don't really mean that much, do they? It clearly wasn't enough. The soul cried to him every single day. And when he took this photo, when given the opportunity to provide water or food, maybe give her a hug, he chose not to because maybe it was a disease. He was warned not to do so. And it just goes to show that significance is worth more than human achievement. Success is great and accolades are incredible. But the problem with people in modern society is that they define things as successful that don't matter. The problem with the 1% today is that they believe that things that don't matter are important. They've identified certain things like status symbols, cars, houses, vehicles, jewelry, that we all aspire to have, maybe some status that we want to achieve, and it's infected the minds and souls of the masses and the rest of the world. In my videos, I'm sure you guys have all heard me say the phrase, "We will become the new 1%. But I've never defined what the 1% is until today. To me, the new 1% is a community and group of people who will, in my opinion, make life-changing money by being significant and building things that changes people's lives for the better. The new 1% is a conscious humanity that puts purpose over profit. And the new 1% are people that understand that it only takes $20 billion to end something like homelessness in the United States, but the current market cap of Dogecoin is $24 billion. This is what matters, and I pray that we all become significant.